am going to be using this as my background paper. This is also in the shop right now. It is from the Bold and Bright collection. It's called In the Details by Vicki Boutin, and it's on the open stock paper shelves. And a good ledger is always a great background. So make sure you're checking those open stock papers for things that you think would be useful backgrounds, because there's lots there to take home and use instead of plain old boring white cardstock. Just kidding, nothing's wrong with white cardstock. There's no wrong way. I just like to have a little something on the back. So I'm going to set that one aside. These are also very usable. I think I've mentioned this before, to cut apart and use as your embellishment pieces, right? Okay. So that's my background piece. And I am going to ink everything in Black Soot Distress ink today. There we go. Okay. Then we have my photos that I chose today are not from Disneyland. What? I know, because I talked about I have a whole Disney trip that I haven't even scrapbooked yet, and I'm going to Disney again in October. So what the heck, right? Okay, well, here's the thing. I also wanted to show that you don't have to have Disney pictures to use these super fun Disney collections. Some of them are just plain theme park themed. So you could totally do Callaway Park, or you went to West Edmonton Mall. Any kind of theme park will work with a lot of these collections. And I wanted to show that this particular one, because we're talking Steamboat Willie here, we have a very prominent boat theme throughout the collection. So I picked some really fun pictures of my son and his wife and the oldest, Quentin, when he was just, I don't know, he wouldn't have been even 2, I don't think, in a paddle boat that they were called Treasure Island paddle boats. And they were in Bracebridge, Ontario. I don't think they have these anymore. I think they have swans now, but anyway, makes it even a better memory to put in a book, right? Because when things don't exist anymore, how else do we remember that they were there? So we're going to do a boat themed layout that wasn't at Disneyland. We were at Santa's Village. So could I scrapbook this in Christmas form? Probably. All right, so we are going to do these ones. And again, like I said, there's a lot of like boat themed things happening in this collection. So I felt like this was a really good place to start to show that it doesn't have to be Disneyland. Okay. So yes, I picked it because I have Disney pictures to scrapbook, but it does not have to be that. Okay. And I wanted to make sure you guys knew that. I didn't want anybody to feel left out because they're like, I've never been to Disneyland, or I've been to Disneyland 101 times, my friend Marg, and I've already scrapbooked all of my Disney photos. Right, Marg? Isn't that what happened? I feel like she's been to Disneyland more times than anybody else I know. Okay, so I'm going to do, I want it to go this way. And I want it to be about 3 inches wide. Now, if you've been watching me for a while, I think you have the idea of why I wanted stripe paper. And it's because when you put the stripes together, you can't really tell that there's a seam between the papers because it blends in with the stripes. So anytime you're working with the smaller size paper, or even scraps of paper, a stripe paper is your friend when you're doing smaller pieces on a 12 by 12. Now I'm going to cut about 1/2 inch off of these because I don't want them to span the whole width of my page, or whole height of my page. Okay. Now I have been to Disneyland at Christmas time, and all of those photos are scrapbooked, but I still like the idea of a Disney Christmas collection. I need a Disney Halloween. I know they did one a long time ago and I never did buy it because I had never been there during Halloween. But guess what? Now I have been and I'm going again. So I kind of feel like I want those. Just hoping Paige Evans puts out another cool Halloween collection for us with Pink Fresh. There we go. So I'm thinking like that. And then like this. And then like this. And then I think I want something else that's just a little bit longer than this. So this should be 11 inches. And I'm thinking maybe I could do washi because... And now I have the washi tapes from this collection, but of course you could use any washi tape that just matches the colors of this collection, right? You could use just another yellow or a red or a black and white or whatever the case may be. The downside of these too is that they're directional. So I can't put Mickey Mouse, well I can, there's no wrong way to do it, but I don't want Mickey Mouse to be sideways on my page. I want him to be normal way. But I can still use the patterned ones, right? This one or this one. Maybe I'll do both. All I did was I grabbed a piece of cardstock that's just plain white. And I do this because I don't always like, especially if I'm putting across two papers, which I'm planning to do. So how much do I want to cut off of this? Maybe like a half an inch. So because I'm putting it on top of this black one and it's going to cover, oops, now I'm throwing stuff on the floor. It's going to go on both of these papers and I want it to look the same all the way down. I want to put it on white cardstock so that I can't, because it's kind of transparent, right? So I don't want to see through it. I want to see the actual pattern on the washi. Just going to try to put this right up against the edge. And then I'll do the same with this one. Sorry, I'm kind of off camera. So I don't have my grandkids yet, but I'm lizard sitting. What do you think of that? So my youngest son's girlfriend has 2 lizards and a snake. And the snake is with its other grandma because I don't do snakes. So thankfully she's much braver and more awesomer than I am. So the snake is living with the other grandparents and the lizards were in Edmonton. And so she needs to work away and her roommate is going on holiday with her family. So I have the bearded dragon and the chameleon for a couple of weeks, which is kind of fun. They're very cute. I am a big fan of the bearded dragon. I think she's sweet and lovable, and she likes to sit on my shirt. The chameleon is very cool to watch, but not friendly. We are not friends. He's much too sophisticated for me. He just stares at me out the side of his eyeballs roll. And he just looks at me like, what are you doing here? You better have brought water or crickets. Otherwise, he really has no use for me. Okay, and then I want some more patterned paper on here. What kind of patterned paper should I pick? Let's see. Something. I'm thinking I want to stick to the boating theme. Ooh, anchors. Or even Mickey driving the boat would be cute. And this was the other one I was thinking of, right? Is the, oh, what's this called? Ship's wheel. Fun. Now that I put this one on here, it's black like the stripe. So maybe I don't want that one. Maybe I want these two. So let's see. I want this one kind of in behind here. So let's see. So I want it to be the same. Maybe we'll make it a little wider. I can always grab the other one if I need more. And I'm thinking I just kind of want to, do I want it right up against? I can't decide if I want it like against there or if I want it to be, see, I kind of wanted it, I might need more. I might need more paper. Said every scrapbooker always. More paper. Hi, Ruth. Welcome. I love it when Ruth comes to hang out with us. Ruth lives all the way in Ontario and she still comes to hang out with me. Ruth, I recorded a video the other day. It'll go up later this month with some embellishments that you made me. So you'll have to watch for that on my YouTube channel. I was pretty excited about it. It's one you made me a couple years ago and I hadn't used it yet, which I can't believe because I was pretty excited when I got those ones. Okay, there we go, something like that. So I just want it to kind of like, I want it to be a bunch of different patterns, but I want it to highlight my photos, which I think is happening here. And I think I do want them separated. There we go. You saw Foghorn this morning? Yeah, you made me that too. Oh yeah. Foghorn was in my kit share video for my guest designer spot on the, what's it called? Counterfeit Kit Challenge. I was very honored when they messaged me and asked me to be their guest designer. Pretty cool. Okay. And if you haven't heard of Counterfeit Kit, it's kind of a cool thing. So for people like me who have maybe a significant amount of scrapbooking supplies, shall we say? I don't want to say too much because I don't think there's any such thing. A girl can never have too many pretty pieces of paper. If a girl can never have too many purses or shoes, you can certainly never have too many pretty pieces of paper. And what they do is they pick a kit every month that's no longer available, so you can't buy it anymore. And they counterfeit it, so they copy it. So they give you the inspiration kit on their blog, and then you build your kit based on the kit that they post, and then you create with it. So it's a really good way. I went through, and like Ruth said, that die cut piece I'd kind of forgotten about, and I freaking love it. It's so stinking cute. But you know, when you put stuff away, sometimes you just don't think about it for a while, right? Well, thank you, Ruth. Very sweet. So yeah, I really have been enjoying going through my things, finding all the pieces for my counterfeit kit. It was awesome. So all I'm doing to line these up and make sure I have the same space on this side and this side is when I went this way, my numbers were right butted up against the black, and then this was along the ruler side. So I'm going to flip it so that the same numbers are butted up against the black stripe, so that it'll be the same distance for those two pieces. Does that make sense? Now I kind of wanted this one to go longer than my photos. Let me see if I think putting them together will be weird. You never know. So which paper are we going for? It's no, not that one. It is this one. So 2 pieces of each pattern in the paper pad. So I'm thinking like, here, let's see. What if I went on this side? Because what if this is actually going to be, so you'll still see the seam on this side, but that might be okay. Because it's so abstract-ish that I think it'll be okay. I'm going to do it. Call me crazy, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to use this side so that it's not the same picture on top of itself, because I think that would show, you like just exemplify that we're layering things over here. But I think when somebody's looking at your layout, they're not looking as closely as you are when you're building it, right? So nobody's really going to see that I've layered this on top of this, right? There we go. And then does that give me, I don't want it to be exactly the same height. I want it to be smaller, but I want it to be able to fit both my pictures. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Okay. So I'm needing this much. This is my measuring tool. Do you see that? I just like layered it and then I'm just going to cut it because I'm fancy like that. And then I can save this scrap for later. I might trim just a little bit off of here because I already inked that edge and I don't want it to be inked if it's going to go up against this other one. So I just want to do the two sides and the bottom of this one. And then we're going to do that again where we lined up the numbers with the black butted right up against that black stripe. So there we go. And it's more important that it lines up on this side because this is the side where it's going to be sticking out. This side, I think the seam is going to be covered by the photo. So then we have these two photos and this photo. And I guess not mats it, but it layers it, right? So like there's a small layer here for this shorter picture and a bigger layer here for these two that are staggered on top of each other. And I do think I like it better with them kind of staggered, not right, like straight up and down in front of each other. There we go. So something like that. And then I think I'm going to go with, like I talked about when we were doing our speedy scrapbooking, if you have a title that's already made for you, go for it. That's the fastest way to finish your layout. If you don't have to go looking for all the right letters and cutting a title on your Cricut and doing all the things, you have one that's already made for you, go for it. It's the best way. Okay, so let's get this piece laid down too, this washi. And remember, you don't have to have the exact washi of a collection. In this case, I just happen to have it. But if you don't have it in any collection, not necessarily this one, and you just want that look, it's a great way, first of all, to get a 12-inch or 11-inch length when you're working with smaller papers, right? Use washi. Mat it on white cardstock if you want it to stand out as its own pattern. And just match whatever colors are in your collection to whatever washi you're going to use. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to lay my pictures down. So remember when you have leftovers too, when you're thinking about like, oh, well, I scrapbooked all my Disney stuff and I still have this Disney stuff left. And I don't mean this just with Disney. This can be with Christmas or Easter, or if you went to, I don't know, if you had, you know, Thomas the Tank Engine paper, for example, and you're like, well, I'm all done my Thomas the Tank Engine stage with my kid, but I have this Thomas paper left over. Well, trains can go with a lot of things, transportation, travel. So what else can you use it for? So in this case, Not that I don't have Disney pictures, because I do, but I just wanted to exemplify the fact that you don't have to have Disney pictures to use those leftover Disney, or leftover, yeah, Disney papers. Right? Is that far enough over? I feel like I decided I wanted them crooked and then I put them straight. Didn't I? I did. I'm crazy like that. And get my title on there. And I think I'm going to pop my title up. There we go. And this smaller profile one also, I noticed it must be a longer, like there must be more foam tape on that roll, because it lasted me the last time I had this one. It lasted me a really long time. So there you go, my title. Ahoy! It didn't have to be anything specific about the pictures. It just has to be relevant to the story. Now, I did photos and title. I need journaling. What do I want to put my journaling on? That is a good question. Ooh, I like this one. This one goes with my layout, even though maybe it's not it's not necessarily a place for my journaling, but I do like the image on it. That's cute. Okay, sold. Happy. Ooh, this is cute. I like that. And see, like, my strips are a little bit longer, but I think that'll be okay if I stagger them on top of this. Just because I didn't measure it. I should have probably just grabbed one of these and printed it on there, but I was not that organized this week. It's kind of flying by the seat of my pants. See how that just kind of like makes the journaling pop a little bit by putting that yellow in behind there. Now, I think I want this guy popped up because he's super fun. How's your Lego coming along? Audrey's on a mission to put together a bunch of Lego sets, which is super cool. And I hope you scrapbook about it. Okay, now I need a little label piece. So these are from my, oops, cut apart page that I already cut to put my date onto. I kind of like this one. It's kind of cute. There we go. And where's my date stamp? Audrey is retired but working 2 days a week. I hope you scrapbook your Lego adventures. I can't wait to see that. That's very cool. You'll have to share it with me when it's done. Well, that's probably good though, to keep busy, like to still go into work a couple times a week. It's kind of a nice transition period, right? Because it would be weird to like work 5 days a week forever and ever, and then all of a sudden, nope. There I go, lifting stuff up. Did you bring your water? Have a drink. Lifting things up. There we go. Now I can see my date. See that? Audrey likes working half days and her Lego adventure is almost half done. That's exciting. Good for you for sticking with it. I probably would have like, I don't know, shoveled it out or something by now. Nope, not finishing. So this little word strip is kind of cute. It just says follow your heart. And I think that's a really cute picture for this little fam jam. They're so sweet. Ruth's baby sister, cough cough, retired in January and started volunteering. And 2 weeks ago, she took a part-time job working 27 hours a week. What? She just didn't want it, eh? Just like, nah. This retirement stuff is boring. I don't think I'm going to feel that way. I have too much to scrapbook. I told my husband that as soon as he's making enough money for me to scrapbook full time, let me know. And he laughed at me. Guess that's not an option after all. I tried. Okay, what other embellishments do I have here left over from my... Oh, remember those chippy pieces that I had left over? We could put those on here somewhere. They're boat themed. This one says, ahoy matey. And happy sailing. Love it. Need some twine there though. Nobody likes a naked tag hole. Empty package. I love emptying a package of something. Don't you guys love that? Is it just me, or is that like a thing where people are like, "Ooh, I used that all up. I'm so proud of myself." Ruth says, assuming she ever gets to retire, she's going to just sleep in scrapbook. Same, girl. Same. And maybe my husband, who says he's never going to retire because he just can't even imagine it. And he's just going to work forever and ever, which I don't believe for 1 minute. He can just pay for my travel accommodations, right? Because that's how that's going to go. I need to get my cookie jar of twine because I can't handle a naked tag hole. That's just not fun. Red. I don't know where I got this twine, but it is not twisted nicely. Like, if you look, I mean, nobody's going to notice on a scrapbook page, but look at that. It's like tightly twisted and then loosely twisted. I don't know. Can you even tell? I can tell. Thank you. You're liking this one? Thank you. Yeah, this collection is so stinking cute. And like I said, you do not have to be... If you went on a cruise too, this collection would be so cute. Like, not necessarily a Disney cruise, but like because it's Steamboat Willie, it's super cute for any kind of sailing, I think. Even if you do sailboats on the lake, it would be really cute. Happy sailing, this one says. Happy sailing. Do I want 2 of this guy right beside each other? Yeah, I still think it's cute. I'm okay with it. A little piece that says fun. And one that says set sail for adventure. Well, yeah, that's exactly what's happening over here. This one now needs foam tape because this is foam taped. So now this side has to get foam taped so that it's on the same level. You know what else is fun in this collection is some of the older characters, which I'll be using in my in some of my other layouts. I have the perfect story for this guy. So if you have ever watched the old Mickey cartoons or even some of like the Goofy movies, Pete, right, is like kind of the villain, if you can even have a villain in Disney. He's still a good guy, but he's just like grumpy all the time. And this one says for Pete's sake. His name's Pete. Get it? So funny. And then we also have Clarabelle saying, holy cow. I think I'll use that one too. But this one's cute, right? Get that on there somewhere. I'll save fun for another day. I know what I want for Pete's sake for. Okay. I liked it back at the top. It's going on the top. Or should I save this? Because we went on a steamboat ride too. The same park. Maybe I'll save that one. I think that's going to be it for the die cut pieces. Now, instead of little enamel dots, I think I might use up this sticker sheet that had all of the banners on it, that I used up all the banners. But I love the stars too. They're so cute. So then I have all these little stickers. Let me see if I have a few. I have exactly 3. What? What are the chances? Are they the right size though? Yeah, pretty close. Okay, so these are the flare things that I'm telling you about. Like, I got these ages ago, but I saw Joe had them in the shop. So what I do is I just pick whichever little element that I want on my page. I put the epoxy piece over top. Here, I might ink it too, because then it gives it that same cohesive look as the papers. And then I put, see, this is a little bit smaller, but it's going to be okay. Gives it that flare badge kind of style. You know what I'm saying? There we go. I'm going to add glue to that after, because these stickers are not sticky enough to hold this on. What else should we put on there? I like just like a pattern one would be cute. Ink. So they're just epoxy circles, I think, for like jewelry making or whatever, and I know I've used them on here before, and then I saw that they're in the store, so I thought I would share how I've been using them in case you see them and you're like, what do we do with those? This, make your own flare. DIY. Nothing but smooth sailing. Cute. And like I said, these stickers are matte finish, so if you wanted to stamp on them or write on them, like the ones that are label-ish, you can definitely write your own date or stamp your own date on there, because, or like write your little journaling bits, because they're a matte finish. So like on this, you could totally write whatever you want to on there. I also love this stamp. I don't know if I need it on this layout, but I just want to look and see. Ooh, I could totally put some of these on here. Cruising through life. Love it. Because I have a little word strip on there, so I could put a word strip on each of the photos. So I need 2 more. This one says Cruising Through Life. This sticker book has so much in it too. Like, if you could have seen how many stickers were all over those pages that I already made, and then just adding more. And this one's cute. It says First Mate, which is cute because he's like sitting on Daddy's knee. Well, more standing. He was very much wanting to be in the water. Okay. What else we got in here? Ooh, more stars, hearts. Put a little heart up here. And we got some more strips. Alphas for later when we don't have a title to put on. Like these ones too, you could totally write on these. Super easy. These ones, maybe I'll get my bigger epoxy circles out later and do these ones for a different layout. Yep. Okay. So I think we've got it all covered. Everything that I wanted to put on here is on here. We have our title, photos, journaling, and date. So that covers all of that. And then we have our little stars instead of enamel dots. There we go. Layout complete. So I will photograph this and post it in the group chat, just group, the Create Crew Inspiration group. There, I got there eventually. I'll also have it on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, and I will upload this video sometime in the next week or so to my YouTube channel so that when Facebook deletes it, like it's already telling me it's deleting the ones I did last month. So, so when Facebook does take them down, I'll have as many as I can get up there before they take it all down. As many as we can download before they take it all down. I think that's it for today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, you guys. To everybody who chit-chatted with me, I really appreciate you. Take care. Have a great day. Bye for now.